Hey guys, it's Tom here from the Geeky Drinkers, and this episode is a bit of a different one. All of August, if you've been following our Facebook page, we've been doing a video game challenge for 30 days. So every day, Shell and I have been answering questions all about video games. So this episode is actually a compilation of all of those, since we haven't put any of the mini ones on YouTube because they've only been about a minute or so each on Facebook. But the episode shouldn't be too long, but no specific drinks in this, but if you want to learn a lot about us and a lot about video games, stick around. Welcome back, guys. Tom here again from the Geeky Drinkers, and as I mentioned before, this is an episode that's all about the 30-day video game challenge that Shell and I did all through August, every single day. So here is the following 30 days. Hey guys, it's Tom from the Geeky Drinkers, and there's a 30-day video game challenge for questions that some YouTubers are going on. So Shell and I are going to be answering those questions for you. Basically, it's a bunch of different questions about video games, like who's your favorite video game character, your favorite protagonist, and things like that. So take a look and let us know what you think. Today is the 4th of August, so I'm 4 days behind. So I'm going to be reading out a few different questions. So let's go into question number 1. Question number 1 is, very first video game. So this is an easy one for me, Super Mario 1. I got that for Christmas one year with my brothers. We got the Super Mario Duck Hunt NES bundle. So that's my question 1. So, question 2, or day 2 rather, is your favorite character. Favorite character, if you know me, Link, Legend of Zelda. Favorite version though, Twilight Princess, 100%. So day 3's question is a game that is underrated. So this one was actually kind of a tricky one for me. I think if anything, it would be Star Fox Adventures. So the premise on that is originally supposed to be a dinosaur game, but then they converted or got Star Fox involved, and it actually turned out to be a pretty fun game. It's the introduction of Crystal, and it actually had a lot of really cool game mechanics, and it was very different from Star Fox, but it was a very enjoyable game. So day 4's question is your guilty pleasure game. Mine is probably Bayonetta because it's amazing.
So the day 1 question is, what is your first video game? So for me, my first video game is Sonic and Tails for the Sega Genesis. Oh, such a fun game. I remember playing it so often with my sister, and she would usually play Sonic and I would usually play Tails. We had a lot of fun playing together, so that was my first ever video game. And for day 2, the question is, who is your favorite character? So, oh my god, I have so many favorite characters for my video games. I can't even choose. One is probably Tyrael from Diablo. I actually did cosplay Tyrael once. It's like my most favorite cosplay. So for day 4 and 5, I actually have the same answer for both of them, so I'm going to compile them into one. So it's, what is your guilty pleasure game, and what game do you feel is the most underrated? So personally for me, myself, I love rhythm games. So I think that Rhythm Heaven is one of the most underrated games ever, and it's also my guilty pleasure game. I will play the hell out of Rhythm Heaven any day. I love that game so much.
Question number 5 is the game character you feel like you are most or wish you would be. So for me, probably Link, just because I think he's pretty badass. And he generally just always wants to help people, so that's who I would like to be.
Which video game character are you most like, or do you most want to be like? So for me, it's Lara Croft. I love Lara Croft. She's so badass, so fun to play, and honestly, I wish I was more like her. I want to be badass, so I gotta start training.
Hey guys, it's day 6 of the 30-day video game challenge, where each day of August we answer one question about video games and our preferences. So today's question is an interesting one. It's the most annoying character. Most people's answers would probably be Navi from Legend of Zelda, but no, not mine. Mine is easily Gibora, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. You know, the owl that goes like all crazy, flips his head around, everything like that. you want me to explain that again? Ah!
What is the most annoying character? So for me, honestly, like, the most annoying thing was the flood in Halo for me. I couldn't stand it. There's a lot of things about mechanics of video games that I can't stand, but as for like character-wise, the flood was definitely really, really annoying.
It's day 7, so today's is favorite game couple. So I'm kind of torn on this one. I have 2. I couldn't quite decide on one or the other. First would be Link and Midna, but human form Midna, or even sprite form, or spirit form? I forget exactly what she is. So I think that would be a really, really cool couple. Also Sora and Kairi from Kingdom Hearts. Also it's raining currently at the moment, so if you hear a bunch of rain, that's what it is.
Who is your favorite video game couple? And I'm gonna go a little bit cliche here and say that I love Link and Zelda. They're just so adorable, and it's just such a cliche answer. It was the first thing that popped to my mind, and I just love so many other video game couples, but that's definitely my favorite.
Today is day 8 of the 30-day video game question challenge, and today's question is, what is the best video game soundtrack? So in my personal opinion, there are 2 that are definitely tied. One is definitely the Fable soundtrack, and the second one is the Skyward Sword soundtrack. I'm currently in Toronto right now. It is very, very humid out. But the reason that I like those 2 best is the Skyward Sword one. I actually used a lot of the music from that in my wedding, so go that. And the other one that I really like is the Fable soundtrack. Every time I hear any of the music from Fable, I get goosebumps. And that's when you know it's a good soundtrack.
So today's question is, what is your favorite soundtrack from a video game? And for me, it is definitely Diablo, but I gotta say Cuphead comes in a close second just because I love big band and jazz music. So definitely that element of Cuphead kind of made a little bit of a like super close second, but Diablo has the nostalgia, so they kind of won there.
Today is day 9. It's super late. You can probably see up there. I've been at the CanFit Pro Expo in Toronto all day, the Canadian Fitness Professionals Expo. So I do other things other than the geeky stuff. I know, crazy. Today's question is the saddest game scene. So Final Fantasy VII comes to mind. You guys probably know what I'm talking about there. But for me, it was probably when the Mirror of Twilight shattered in Twilight Princess, because that was basically severing any ties that Midna and Link would ever have. So it kind of goes in with yesterday's question.
The saddest video game scene. So, oh my gosh, I don't like to think about sad things. I'm a happy person, so I don't like to think about sad things, but definitely Final Fantasy VII, y'all know what I'm talking about. Aerith's death. It was tragic. It was very sad. Let's not think about it for too long. Okay, we're done.
Technically, I'm recording this on the 9th, but I'm actually working a 12-hour shift at the Canadian Fitness Professionals Expo. So I'm recording this now as day 10 of the 30-day video game challenge. Today's question is best gameplay. So for me, I would say probably Bayonetta. As much as I would want to say Legend of Zelda, there are some things that bother me, but Bayonetta is pretty flawless.
The game with the best gameplay. So I honestly love Cuphead so much. I actually wrote an article in a magazine about it. It is a great game. The gameplay is really good. Super hard, which makes it really playable and replayable. Hey guys, Shelle-Chii here with the Geeky Drinkers, and we're day number 11. And today's question is, what is your system of choice? Mine is PC. PC Master Race, right? Tom and I already did an episode about it. Go and check it out if you haven't already.
The question is your game console of preference. So mine right now is obviously the Nintendo Switch. So Nintendo Switch, I love it because it's nice and portable. The game cartridges are cool. They're about that big. They're very small. And the neat thing about those is if you lick them, they taste really bad. I don't suggest doing it, but I kind of dare you to do a couple of them.
Day number 12. So day number 12's question is a video game that I think everybody should play. And I honestly feel that everybody should experience old school video games, and Mario is honestly the traditional Super Mario Brothers game is definitely one I feel everybody should have played at least once in their life. So what game do you think everybody should have played? Shoot it in the comments below.
A video game that everyone should play. So in my personal opinion, it should be Mega Man 3. It's kind of an older game for the original NES, but it's going to teach you a lot of patience, and it's a solid game, even with today's standards. It's pretty wicked. If you haven't played it, definitely recommend it.
Day number 13 is a game that I have played 5+ times. Now, I've played a lot of games. I like to play games. The game I've probably played the most is Pokemon though, Pokemon Yellow. The first Pokemon game I ever got, and I definitely played it a lot. I beat it so many times. Yeah, Pokemon Yellow. Not red or blue. Those ones I thought were cool, but you know what? I wanted yellow because Pikachu was the boss. I'm so excited for the new game to come out.
What's up guys, it's Tom from the Geeky Drinkers, and today is day 13. What? I don't have 13 fingers. Today's day 13 of the 30-day video game challenge, and today's question is name a game that you've played more than 5 times. So for me, this is a pretty easy one, but because most of the games that I buy, I want to buy because they have replay value over and over and over, because I like to stretch my money. One of my favorites, though, is Super Mario Sunshine for the Nintendo GameCube. It was actually one of the first games that I ever bought for Nintendo GameCube, and I love it. It's still one of my favorite games to this day.
Day number 14's question is the most recent gaming wallpaper. Mine is only on my computer because my phone only has pictures of me and my cats and my boyfriend. Otherwise, on my computer, probably Sona from League of Legends. I love her. I love fan art of her. This beautiful mermaid kind of Sona mashup is my unlock screen on my computer.
What's your most recent phone background that's been video game themed? I thought that one was kind of strange, but kind of cool either way. Most of mine have always been either Legend of Zelda or Dragon Ball Z related. Right now mine's Dragon Ball Z related, so I will shoot a picture right here for you guys. So that's my current background of my phone. It's pretty cool, it's very inspirational, and that's why I really like it.
And so day number 15, a screenshot from a game I'm playing right now. Gotta be Overwatch, guys. You know how much I love Overwatch. I've been really focusing on trying to up my game and be a little bit better than Bronze League. It's so hard. So I have been playing a lot of Mercy and Soldier just to try and get good at a few characters. So yeah, Mercy mainly, but I have almost 100+ hours on Soldier on this account. So
post a screenshot of a video game you're playing right now. So here's one that I'm playing right now. It's probably of Hyrule Warriors because I'm doing a couple Let's Plays about those. The other one that I'm playing right now is Breath of the Wild, and then there's another one, Madness Returns, an Alice in Wonderland one. Can't remember the exact title, but it was recommended to me by a couple people. There's that one, and Mario Kart 8's another one. Haven't really got a whole lot of new games lately. I probably should.
Day number 16, and the question of the day is the game with the best cutscenes. So I honestly think that Diablo has some pretty kick-ass cutscenes. Diablo 2 is probably got some of the best cutscenes in it, in my opinion. So definitely love. I probably have answered Diablo for most of these because it's one of my favorite games, but that's okay.
Today's question is, what is the game with the best cutscenes? So in my personal opinion, pretty much any Final Fantasy game clearly wins. Even from 2005 when Advent Children came out, the full-length movie, that whole movie was basically a giant cutscene. It was amazing and incredible. So if you guys can come up with a different one, definitely love to hear that. Shoot a comment down below and let me know what your favorite game or favorite cutscene is.
Day number 17, and the question is, who is your favorite antagonist? So for me, it's probably Bowser. I played a lot of Mario growing up, so definitely a lot of cool bad guys out there, but I've always loved Bowser.
Your favorite antagonist? So for me, I had to think about this one quite a lot because there's a lot of really cool villains that I really like. But I think overall mine would probably be Sephiroth. He's got a pretty crazy backstory and just overall looks like a super badass.
Day number 18. Today's question is, who is your favorite protagonist? So definitely Master Chief. You guys all know that I love Halo. Gotta love me some Master Chief. Yummy, yummy. But anyways, I'm not thirsty or anything.
So today's question kind of is a alternate side of yesterday's question, where it was yesterday's was your favorite antagonist, whereas today is your favorite protagonist. So for me, an obvious answer would be Link from The Legend of Zelda, but I wanted to go something a little bit different, give you guys obviously a different answer. So I think my favorite protagonist is probably Mario, and the reason for that is because he's very versatile. He's got a lot of cool gadgets, a lot of cool weapons, a lot of cool levels.
Hey guys, Shelle-Chii here with the Geeky Drinkers. We're on day number 19 of the 30-day video game question challenge. So today's question is a picture of a video game that I would like to live in. And I would like to live in a Far Cry setting. Look at how beautiful and picturesque it is. So, what video game world would you like to live in? Show me in the comments below.
And today's one is kind of a weird question. It is, show a picture of a scene from a game that you would like to live in. So it took me a lot of thinking about this, but I think I'd like to live in Skyloft from Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, because you can jump off the edge and every Academy Knight or Academy goer, Academy student, can have their own loft wing. So I think that'd be pretty cool to be able to fly around on the loft wings and everything like that.
Oh hi, I didn't see you there. It's Shelle-Chii with the Geeky Drinkers with day number 20 of the video game question challenge. So today is, what is my favorite genre? My favorite genre is FPS. Gotta love them first-person shooters.
Favorite genre? So for me, my absolute favorite genre of video games is role-playing games. Main reason for that is I love imagining to be somebody else and putting myself in those kind of situations and thinking how the character would react and things like that. That's probably a big reason why I like Dungeons and Dragons so much. Day 21. Today's question is favorite storyline. So one of my absolute favorite storylines is Fable. The original one, the second one was pretty good. The third one I wasn't really a big fan on. Main quest wise, it is very, very short. However, if you do all the side quests and everything like that, it's a pretty insane game. I love the fact that you can actually change your alignment and go either evil or go good. I think that's really cool, and it really makes a big difference on how people interact with you during the game. So that was very cool.
Today's question is, what is the video game with the best story? So I really love Portal 2. Portal 1 was good, but Portal 2 I feel went a little bit more in depth to the story and Gladys and all that kind of stuff. So definitely love it.
Today is day 22. Today's question is a game sequel that disappointed you. So for me, I talked about Fable yesterday in day 21, but for me, one that really disappointed was Fable 3. Fable 2 is pretty good, but Fable 3 just didn't do it for me. It kind of irked me the wrong way. I still bought it and everything like that, but wasn't really a huge fan. I just couldn't quite get into it as much as the first two.
The game sequel that most disappointed me. So I really loved playing the first Killing Floor, and so when the second Killing Floor came out and there was only one kind of like new boss and not really like a lot of new content to it, it kind of just felt like the same game over and over, so that kind of really disappointed me. I still love Killing Floor 2, but definitely a little bit disappointed in it.
Day 23. Today's question is game with the best graphic or art style. So in my personal opinion, it's got to be Bayonetta 2. Graphics in that are super smooth and just, it's phenomenal. The huge monsters, the attention to detail on everything, even like the back of her shoes and like the rims of her glasses, they're so fantastic. A very close second would probably be Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for the Nintendo Switch. just because it's a very, very drastic change from the previous art style of all the Legend of Zelda games, but it's more of like a manga feel, which is really, really cool. I'm glad to see that kind of style, so it really, really works.
Today is the video game with the best graphics or art style. So definitely, in my opinion, it's got to be Cuphead, because I just love the art style. It's paying homage to the kind of 1930s, 1940s, you know, Felix and Mickey Mouse and all that kind of stuff. Really loved it.
Today is day 24. Today's question is your favorite classic game. So I feel like I've kind of already answered this. For me, it's probably a tie between Super Mario 3 and Mega Man 3 for the original Nintendo. I know probably a lot of people are expecting like the original Legend of Zelda, but when I was growing up, that game frustrated the hell out of me. I could not figure it out. It wasn't until like my teenage years that I went back and replayed it and everything.
The question of the day is, what is my favorite classic video game? So mine has definitely got to be Super Mario Brothers. I played it on my Game Boy, but it originally came out on the original Nintendo.
Today is day 25. So today's question is a game you plan on playing. So for me, I posted a picture about a week ago, I think, of games that I was asking people to choose on. So the winner for that was Super Mario 3D Land, which I am going to be playing. I'm just having some issues with my recording software, so stay tuned for that. But a game that I do plan on playing is Prototype, which was in there as well. I plan on doing a blind playthrough of that, so that'll be super fun, because I've heard that game's amazing.
Today's question is the game that I plan on playing or want to play. So honestly, it is, I heard that there's going to be a Harry Potter version of Pokemon Go, or like a Harry Potter-esque version of Pokemon Go. That is my jam. That is going to be my jam when it comes out, if it does come out.
Today is day 26. Oh my god! Today my allergies are kicking my ass, so if I sound stuffy or kind of weird, that's why. But today's question is the best voice acting in a video game. This was a surprisingly hard one for me, because most of the games that I play don't have a lot of voice acting in them. So my answer might be kind of lame compared to a lot of other people's. I've heard that The Last of Us has amazing voice acting. I haven't played it, so I don't know 100%. But from the games that I have played, probably Bayonetta. I know that was another answer of mine, but it was really cool voice acting. It turned out really well.
A video game with the best voice acting. So I definitely think Diablo 3. It has some pretty awesome voice actors, and I kind of recognize the wizard as Azula from Avatar, so definitely some other great voice acting in there.
Today is day 27 of the 30-day video game challenge, where for 30 days we answer questions all about video games. So today's question is the most epic scene ever in a video game. So for me, one that comes instantly to mind is the Ocarina of Time scene where Link just stabs Ganon right in the face with the Master Sword. Along with that, the Wind Waker one is probably pretty epic, because he just stabs him down right in the face and just turns it all into stone. Both of those are probably tied for my favorite ones.
We're almost done. Oh my god! So today's question is the most epic scene. So definitely got to say anything from the Devil May Cry series. Oh my god, such a good series. I'm so stoked for the new one to come out. So excited.
Hey guys, it's Tom here from the Geeky Drinkers, and today is day 27. Tom, it's not day 27, it's 28 of the 30-day video game challenge. And we're almost done. The questions have been really, really cool. I really need a haircut. I really need to shave. I know. But today's question, let's get right into it. Today's question is your favorite game developer. So I went kind of back and forth on this amongst a whole lot of different companies. And hands down, it's Nintendo. They've been just cranking out great IP for decades now. Very rarely do they have an IP which is a flop. They do some kind of crappy sequels sometimes, which I commented about on the Facebook comments on a previous video.
The question of the day is my favorite developer. Definitely, it's got to be Blizzard. You guys all know my favorite games, and a lot of them are from Blizzard, so they definitely take the cake on this one.
Today is day 29. Holy. So we have one day left after today. That's crazy, guys. So today's question is a video game that you thought you would hate but ended up loving. So mine was actually Dance Dance Revolution. I remember one of my old roommates was like obsessed with it, and I was just like, this looks super cheesy, and I was just like, no. And then I got really wasted and just got right into it and have loved it ever since. So it's super, super fun.
The question of the day here is a video game that I thought that I wasn't going to like, but I ended up loving, and that's definitely Soul Calibur for me. I thought that I was going to hate it. I didn't really like fighting video games when I first started gaming, so when I got introduced to it, I really fell in love with it. I definitely love the style, love the characters, love everything about it. Hello there, guys. Shelle-Chii with the Geeky Drinkers. And it is day number 30 of the 30-day video game challenge, and I must ask you a question. So, the last question, guys. It's the last question. Oh my god, it's been a whole month. So, it is my favorite video game of all time. This question was honestly so hard. I have so many favorite video games. I was trying to break it down via genre, via what I would play the most, or what I would play on a desert island for the rest of my life, or whatever. Like, honestly, there's been so many factors, but I kind of went with what's most like near and dear to my heart, and what has really kind of emotionally helped build me, actually, and that's got to be the Diablo series, 1, 2, and 3. I honestly just love these video games so much. I played them with my boyfriend as our relationship has been flourishing, and I have such an emotional attachment to all of those games. I could replay them over and over. I honestly have probably clocked so many hours, like 300 plus. I don't know, probably way more than even Overwatch so far.
Hey guys, it's Tom here from the Geeky Drinkers, and today is day 30, the last day in the 30-day video game challenge, where for 30 days we answer questions all about video games. So before I get into what the question is, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody that's been watching and that's been commenting and liking and sharing and just generally interacting with the videos. I super appreciate that. Again, I do appreciate the support, so thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Today's question, though, the last day, the day 30 question, is your favorite game of all time. So if you ask any gamer what their favorite game of all time is and they can only choose one, that's a hugely daunting question. Personally, my favorite game has actually changed in the last year. Like, my all-time favorite game. Prior to the game that it is, it was actually Twilight Princess from The Legend of Zelda. I know a lot of people didn't really like it because it was very linear, but I loved the storyline of it. I thought it was really, really good. Other than Majora's Mask, there hasn't really been like a super dark kind of theme to any of the Legend of Zelda games, so I was really happy to see that Twilight Princess had that kind of theme, because I like the kind of darker side of games. But my all-time favorite game is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. The mechanics in that, the amount that you can do, the environment that you can interact with, all the NPCs, the weapon. I know the weapon system, some people really don't like it. I actually think it's kind of cool. Once you get used to how the weapons work, you get to be very strategic in the enemies you fight and when you fight them and things like that. So overall, I really, really love it, and that's my favorite game of all times. So shoot a comment down below and let me know what your favorite game is of all time. Try and choose only one. See if you can do it, and put down your favorite game down in the comments below. Thanks for sticking with us, guys, and I will see you next time. Stay geeky.